What is up, guys? This is Matt again from Daily PB Review. Wanted to give you guys a comparison between the CS1 and the GEO 3.5. For those of you who want to know more about it and which one to get and what are the differences and is it worth it, read about it all the time. Here it is. So we have the two guns here. I have the CS1 and the 3.5. As you can tell already, the CS1 has some length on it. It's much more lengthier. The front grip is more forward for a more balanced feel. I'll tell you why the bolts aren't in a minute. The 3.5 has more of this, I always kind of see it myself as a square. See it right here, it's like right here. I see this neat little square of a gun that just really just, you know, really good looking. I adore this thing. But it is shorter. As you can see, the grip, where the grip is and where the hopper is going to sit is going to be all kind of together. It's going to be, I mean, balance is fine, but it's not going to be as balanced as the CS1. Excuse me. When you have the hopper on top, it's just you have a farther grip on the back, and on the front you just kind of have a better feel of it all. So what it comes down to is the, first of all, the grips in the back. As you can see, it's thicker. CS1 has a much thicker back grip than the skinny 3.5. A lot of people ask what's more comfortable, what feels better. Is the CS1 a little too chunky? No. The CS1 is a perfect handful. I mean, it's just, you just grab it and it just fits in your hand perfectly. Front grip really just fits in perfectly as well. It's just, it's the bee's knees, if you ask me. The one thing, or I guess the one reason why why they made the back grip thicker, is because in the front grip of the CS1 is the batteries. They put the batteries. They put the regulator in the grip. So to adjust your velocity, it can happen down here. If you want to maintenance that and all that good stuff, you're gonna have to take out this, and it's the easiest thing. You just take this out and it's all there. And it's all easy pie. But with the 3.5, you're gonna have to take this off, unswivel this, the AT pipe, and I mean, it's still easy, but it's just located in a different place. I personally prefer the reg being in the front grip. That's the one thing about the CS1 that I mean, it's cool, it's innovative, but I'm a creature of habit. I don't like change. So I mean, that's, you know, not a con, but for me it's just something that gets to me. Now people are asking, why is the CS1 smoother than the 3.5 if it's the same bolt? That's an easy question. I hope you guys can see it. So this is the 3.5 bolt. And if you guys can see right here, if you guys can't see it, I'm sure you guys can like Google it. They're little tiny cylinder holes. I'm hoping cylinders in the right shape. I'm gonna look dumb. Cylinder holes. And this goes, you know, in the can. And when you shoot, there is an amount of air that it's beyond me, but something happens with air. And I think it gives more room for air to come out of the holes, and yeah, I shouldn't even try to talk about that, but just there's a difference. There's a difference I wanted to show you. Now in the CS1's bolt, they're much bigger triangular holes. And that's pretty obvious. I hope you guys can see that. So CS1 3.5. Now, this was actually something pretty cool that I wanted to show you guys. Let me just get this together. Is that this was the first thing I noticed when I got 3.5. That would have been easy to show people why the CS1 is smoother. Put that on real quick. There we go. Now, let's see if I can do this right the first time. So, when you put the bolt into the 3.5, right here, that's snug. It goes in really snug. You can feel it. You know, you can even take it out, pull it out, put it in. You can tell that the bolt and the O-rings in this in the chamber are snug, right? So when you're shooting, snug as a bug. Anyway, now when you put into the 3.5, see this? I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's not snug. It's loose. And when you pop that in, it's not as snug. I mean, it's in there, it's perfectly fine, don't get me wrong, this isn't loose or anything. But the main point I'm trying to say is the firing chamber, the chamber where the bolt is, there is more space around the bolt. So each time you fire a shot, there's more air that's going to be allowed in the firing chamber, allowing for a more cushiony shot. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. I'm sure there's going to be people that's going to correct me, people that will correct me. Totally fine. Thank you for the correction. But that is one thing that I for sure know is, I guess I can show like this. The two holes in the back are much different. Yeah. You guys will see. Hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully I'm angling that right. But yeah. The CS1 is a great marker, very smooth, it's on point. When I went up to shoot it, it was great. It's the comparison between the two is the 3.5. When you start hitting up the balls per second, it seems to have a little bit more of a kick. A little bit more of a kick up. That might have been because in the shooting video I accidentally had the 3.5 at 15 balls per second thing. I bought this used, so that was actually the first time that I was able to go out and shoot it. So for anyone who noticed the 3.5 had a crazy balls per second advantage over the CS1, that's just the reason. CS1 isn't lagging at all. Listen, they're both great markers. For those of you who can't decide the two, dare I say, it doesn't really matter. The CS1's great. I mean, it has things like, it comes with the Shaft 5, which has the quick threading. I mean, it just takes not as long. I mean, you can tell the threading is a lot less than the 3.5, which, not to sound lazy or anything, but it is probably twice as long. The threading is, yeah, it's twice as much threading on the old barrels that came with 3.5 and the new Shaft 5 barrels. It's not a make it or break it type of thing. CS1 takes AA batteries, the regs in the back, it's smoother, which is all awesome things, but again, for me, that is not a make it or break it thing. I mean, I could go to the field and literally play with either of these and be totally content, as should most players ever, because these are awesome guns. But the difference in the two isn't, isn't that big. I guess it's more personal preference. If you are on the hunt for a smooth gun that's reliable and is a workhorse and it shoots on point, it's great, it's comfortable, that's great. But 3.5 is also comfortable, it's smaller, it's lighter, and for some reason I just love the snappy shot of it. It's more snappy than the CS1. Keep mixing it the two. that's really kind of the big thing for me. I mean, they do have a magnified back to this. The screen is magnified on the CS1, but I kind of like the look of the 3.5 screen. I kind of like how it's kind of dug into the gun a little bit and all that good stuff. The only difference I can think of is the cases, but that's really not a big deal at all either. They both look the exact same on the inside. They both come with exactly the same stuff. With all the goodies. So, I mean, you know, I think the 3.5 is Planet Eclipse's best marker out. With the, of course, LV1. LV1 is a great marker. I love that gun. I think they really hit the nail on the head because they had so many years to perfect this platform. The CS1 is on the same, it's still a GEO platform, but since the GEO 1, it's kind of been morphing into this final form of marker. They kind of, in my opinion, I think the 3.5 is a bulletproof marker. It has everything good about it. It's light, it's efficient. You know, I think this can get, ooh, don't quote me on this, 1,500 shots on a 77. Man, it's good looking. It's really fun to shoot. They have multiple color grips. You guys know what I'm talking about. This thing, I'm in love with this thing. I kind of kicked myself for for picking that up because now I keep thinking, wow, I just want to go out and play with this. But you know, first world problems. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dealer's choice. For those of you who can't make the decision, if you have extra cash to burn, if you need that extra $200 to, you know, to pick up a CS1, they have used CS1s on PB Nation going for all sorts of prices. People are getting desperate for cash. For those of you who don't know why they're selling for so little right after they came out, my theory is some paintballers, they buy on impulse and then they realize they're broke, so then they have to sell it really quick for a cheaper price so it sells right away. I always see that happening. More so with the M2s, 4 M2s. But yeah, that is my comparison, just to give you guys some thought. You know, whoever can't choose between the two. I don't know if this video helped. I hope it did. That was my take on it. They're both amazing markers. They both shoot great. CS1 shoots a little bit smoother. Shoots, I'd say, has a better shot quality than the 3.5. But you're really kind of comparing apples to apples here. I mean, they're both gonna hit your mark. They're both gonna shoot amazingly. They're both rarely gonna ever have problems. And if you do, Planet Eclipse is, you know, one of the best paintball companies to stand behind their products and help you out if you ever have any problems. So yeah, hope that helped you guys. Subscribe if you guys want to see more videos, and like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you think I suck. And comment if you guys have any questions, and be glad to get back to them. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.